Hello, my name is Representative Pam Powers Hanley, and I represent LD9 in Tucson in the Arizona House. Well, today's update is about HB 2321. Now, 2321, the original version, passed the House a few weeks ago. It passed through its first Senate committee this week, and in the second committee hearing in appropriations, 2321, which was kind of a vanilla bill, was switched to a giant tax credit giveaway on a strike everything. And so the strike everything tactic in the Arizona legislature is one of the reasons why the Arizona legislature is called the least transparent legislature in the country. And we earn that reputation almost every day. And so with 2321, what it does, for example, if you build something that is $2 billion or less and hire employees at a certain salary level, you get $20,000 a piece for every one of those employees that you hire. If you build something that's more than $2 billion, you get $30,000 per employee. So obviously, right off the back, if you've got enough money to invest over $2 billion into building something, this is a major corporation, right? This is not a small business. And so we are not helping the people of Arizona much during the pandemic, right? We didn't raise unemployment. We didn't raise cash assistance to the poor. People are still getting evicted, but still, we're worried about multinational corporations and their tax credits. Why are we doing this? Anyway, so what this does, back in last year, we extended this particular tax credit to 2030. And so now what we're doing is we're raising the cap. The cap had been $7 million in tax credits per year for the qualified facilities. And now this particular bill raises it to $125 million a year in tax credits. And it also reduces the benefits for the people. Previously, to get this tax credit, when you hired these people, you had to pay at least 80% of the health insurance. With this bill, that takes it down to 65% of the health insurance. We also have this bill that really lacks a lot of accountability. This particular tax credit was one of the ones we heard in that tax review meeting back in December 2019. And so what we found was that we don't really know how many employees are hired. We don't really know how many qualified facilities there are. These are refundable tax credits. So that means that if you claim $100 in tax credits, but on your taxes you're only allowed to use $20 in tax credits, then a lot of times the tax credits are carry forward to another year when you could use it. But when they're refundable, that means you get the $80 back in cash. And so business can say, oh yes, I hired all these employees and I'm going to claim $1 million in tax credits. And now whether they're actually able to use those or not, they still get the cash. Hey, that's just not fair as far as I'm concerned. Ironically, both the Free Enterprise Club, which is a libertarian group, and Arizonans for Economic Progress, which is a progressive group, both of these groups are against this particular tax credit. And lastly, I'd like to say that this money goes through the Arizona Commerce Authority, and I spent a lot of time this past summer looking at their annual reports, and they are woefully inadequate regarding actually reporting the number of jobs that are created with these types of tax breaks. And so I would say if you're on RTS and you know how to do my bill positions, please go in and say hell no to HB 2321. Thanks. Have a good weekend.